Hey everybody, I'm Kit. I'm a tarot reader, and this reading is going to be what is coming for you in the year 2022. While I was out and about today, there was just this energy shift unlike anything I'd felt for a really long time. And I know I haven't posted like a video in a month or so, but I felt this overwhelming sort of shift overall. That just absolutely blew my mind. So I felt like I kind of had to do a reading, and I also felt like I kind of had to do it live. So to kind of start out, if you're new to pick a card readings, it's really simple. All you have to do is choose which pile you would like most. Feel whichever one you're really feeling called to. So just to kind of help you out a little bit, this pile is going to be pile number 1 with the trolleite moon, pile number 2 with the little moss agate mushroom, pile number 3 with the green aventurine heart, and pile number 4 with this absolutely gorgeous lapis lazuli. I'm not entirely sure. Icosahedron? I'm not sure. But go ahead, let's take a few minutes all together. And we're just gonna breathe in for a few counts, take a few moments to kind of tune into your intuition, focus, figure out which one is the card that you're feeling the most called to, which pile you're feeling the most called to. There is a whole lot coming to you all in 2022, and whether you find this today or tomorrow or even a few months into 2022, it does not matter. There is a lot that is coming for you regardless of which pile you pick. So let's take a few minutes. Let's all breathe in together. One final time. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna give you another, 20, 30 seconds to pick, and then we're gonna get right into the reading, okay? Let's do this. Okay, pile number 1. Now, if you're pile number 1, you chose this absolutely beautiful trolleite moon. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see all of the lovely little inclusions and drusies in there. A beautiful blue color to it as well. The card that I have face down at this exact moment right here, this is one of the Spirit of Nature Oracle cards, and the single card here is just going to act kind of as this overall energy for your reading, to kind of help us out just a little bit, seeing what's coming to you in this next year. You guys got the Holly card, and I absolutely love this particular deck in order to kind of make sure that I'm gonna tell you everything just right. I love the way that everything fits in this particular book and with this deck. So I'm just going to read to you from the guidebook itself. Holly, the wisdom of the green man for you is: energy fuels every action. The release of energy fires every action. Since holly burns fiercest and hottest of all the woods, it creates a passionate fire. At one extreme, action can be fueled by anger, leading to warlike actions in a nation or aggressive acts in an individual. And at the other extreme, intensity of feeling can create dynamic changes that are felt by everyone. We need to find a way to temper our passions and channel them into useful action. This is the way of peaceful warriors who use their skills and strength to combat negative acts rather than inciting them. Holly urges you to take action, but to consider the possible implications of doing so, making sure you do not let your heart rule your head or allow your energy to be used up too quickly. Holly helps us to find the passion to commit to a project, be it new or old. Its fiery nature inspires us to take hold of life and seize every opportunity that comes our way. This is some big, like, Queen of Wands energy right here. This is some Ace of Wands energy. There is a lot of project potential coming to you in this next year. And I'm really feeling like this is the deck to use for you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull this one out. Okay, Spirit, for pile number 1. What messages do you have for them coming to them in 2022? You are a wonderful and beautiful group of people. I can already feel that. You have this wonderful, like, warm and kind energy to you. Some of you guys might be fire signs, and I do want it known that I love you for that. But no, you guys have this just beautiful, passionate, let's try that again, there we go. Beautiful, passionate energy to all of you. And I'm really feeling that, and I love this. Oh boy, all right. So, Spirit, do we have any messages for pile number 1 here? What is coming to them in 2022? Pile number 1. Oh boy, feeling that. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Oh man. Can I get some clarification on that, Spirit? Thank you. I feel like there's one more card that's just like right down here. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Okay. So, pile number 1, what I'm really seeing for you guys right now, you are coming out of a season of strife here. The 5 of Swords is this card of theft, as it were. There is a lot currently that is trying to steal your energy, that's trying to dampen your vibe, as it were. We wound up getting the 10 of Swords here in reverse as it came out. The 10 of Swords is basically this just, you are so fed up with everything that has wound up happening to you over the last little while. And I'm getting the sense of just enough is enough. Okay, you are starting to reclaim all of this that had stolen your energy. You are starting to reclaim all of these different elements that have stolen your joy, that have stolen your peace, that have stolen your potential. You're really feeling, I'm getting the sense that you're just feeling like you have wasted so much time on things that don't matter. There's this Justice card, and normally the Justice card, might wind up indicating like a decision that has to be made, or, this for me right now is you are weighing the pros and the cons. You are counting the costs of every single thing that you have been through over the last year, and you are realizing, well, this, like, none of this is worth it. Like, you have been counting the costs, and you are just so tired of this energy of people and situations and circumstances stealing your joy and laughing about it. This 10 of Swords, yeah, it really is that bad. You've got, there are some people, I think, who have been looking at your situation and they haven't necessarily understood just how difficult it has been for you over this past year. But Spirit's saying that it is time to start moving on. It's time to start cutting all of this negative energy and all of this difficulty out of your life, okay? You've been weighing the costs, you've been weighing the benefits, and you are realizing that it is time to start moving on. You're realizing that it's time to start pushing forward with this new potential, with this new energy, and your victory is absolutely assured because of this, right? So you're looking right here, we've got the Six of Wands, an absolutely beautiful card. You are riding forward into victory, and this wand energy, like right below the Holly card as well, like, y'all, you have got so much potential. You've got more potential in your little finger than some people have in their whole body, okay? And you are reaching this point where you have realized that you're just, pardon my French, but you are tired of the bullshit. You know, like this is getting to a point where you are no longer willing to invest your energy into something that does not promise a return. And along that line, I think that you're in the right for that. You know, like there comes this moment where, you know, we want to be understanding, we want to be sympathetic, we want to be able to help other people. And I'm not saying that by any means that you are incapable of doing that. But what I am seeing is that within your life, there have been a lot of particularly toxic influences that have been stealing your joy, that have been sapping your energy. These I just thought of like a vampire, you know. They are just a draining situation, a draining presence, that is just causing you so much grief and so much frustration. But you are now starting to come to this conclusion, come to this realization. You are plucking these swords out of yourself right now, and you are using it to cut away all of this extraneous BS, all of this absolutely frustrating shit that you can't deal with anymore. And that is so good for you. Okay? And there are going to be people who are going to look at you and they're going to say, well, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You know, this doesn't make any sense. This isn't who you are. Why are you, suddenly falling away? Why are you cutting me out? Sometimes in order to grow these new projects, in order to grow this new sort of stuff, I love to garden. Okay, I absolutely adore gardening. I love growing things. And one of my favorite things that I had back when I was a kid, we had this garden back at home, and there were these beautiful apple trees that we had. And every single spring, in order to make sure that the apples could grow to the best of their ability, we had to go out and we had to prune the apple trees, because there would be a lot of dead shoots that would just be sticking upright and like pointing up towards the sky. But all of these dead shoots were still sapping the tree's energy and that potential energy for growth. And now I'm not just saying to willy-nilly cut people out of your life, to cut situations out of your life here, there, everywhere. Naturally you want to give this some thought and, really weigh those costs and those benefits. But I'm very strongly feeling here that without some variety of change, without starting to cut away and leave behind these situations that are no longer bringing you joy, that are no longer helping you reach your potential, that are no longer helping you reach your peak of authentic self, that this victory is going to be really, really hard won. And you don't want that for yourself, this year has got such a shift to it, and this is a change in mindset. This is a change in who you are perceived as, who you perceive yourself as. all of this is reaching a point that you desperately, this is a change that you have been waiting for. This is a change that has been a long time coming, and you deserve every single bit of it. Okay? On the bottom of the deck, oh my God. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new investment for you, okay? You are investing in yourself. You are investing your energy now into things that will better serve you. You are investing it not into the things that are stealing your time and your joy and your energy and then laughing at you when you fail. This is a new season for you. You're coming into something brand new and sparkling and amazing and beautiful. And I am just so happy for you for that. Spirit, do we have any other messages needed? Oh boy, this one wanted to come out. We got the Knight of Swords, y'all. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. More swords. And fast moving Knight of Swords over here, okay? This is no longer a situation that you can avoid. This is something that has to be done. This is something that has to move forward in order for you to reach your fullest potential. And you're starting to realize that, and this is not something that can wait any longer. The Knight of Swords is a very fast moving card, okay? This energy, oh my God, okay, and I love this too, because the way that I've kind of set this up here, because this card kind of needs to go here, but right in the way that I've got this set up, the Page of Swords is coming to meet the Knight of Swords, and right here in the middle we got that Justice card, again, with that beautiful sword, right there. This is a motion. You are a very fast-moving group, pile number one. This decision, this election to start pruning the things out of your life that are no longer serving you, this action of starting to reclaim yourself, to reclaim your energy, to reclaim your time, cannot be understated. And I am so proud of you already for starting to think about this, for starting to make these decisions, because they are only going to wind up benefiting you further and further in the long run. And I'm going to grab another tarot deck here, just because the energies of the decks are very different. So sometimes I like to have multiple decks available as a way to kind of further, come to a conclusion or an understanding of what is happening for you guys. So Spirit, using this deck, what else is coming to pile number one? Whoa, okay, good morning. Good morning. All right, let's see. All of these ones fell out. So, okay, this is some kind of energy here, y'all. Okay, so we got the Two of Swords, right? This decision right here, that Justice card, that decision to start cutting things out, that is on the horizon, and you have got to make it, okay? It is eclipsing all other priorities. It is eclipsing all other sorts of situations here. That Ace of Pentacles energy that we had on the bottom of the deck here, we got that followed up by the Seven of Pentacles right here. And in this particular deck, every time that I look at this, I think of this as the upward trek, And this is it's not necessarily going to be easy, okay? This is going to be a lot of energy. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of motivation, a lot of devotion, and you got two more cards that came out just flying out of the deck. We got that Empress card. You see how healthy that tree is? Do you see how beautiful and healthy that tree is? You have pruned away all of the bad stuff. okay? It's gone. It's taken care of, and you are able to grow and to thrive. You are able to take who you are at the deepest core of your being and just accept that now. And that's such a good energy for you. That's such a good energy for you. And then to follow up all that hard work and that initial investment, we've got the Father of Pentacles. This right here is abundance. This is, oh man, 2022 is gonna be your year, guys. You've got this, like, there is so much potential in here, and you've worked so hard already, but there is so much more waiting on the horizon. And I'm not okay, so it was just like a real big shift in the energy here, but don't be afraid of the hard work, okay? You've already put in a lot. You have already put in a lot, and I'm getting the sense that some of you guys are really, really tired. You guys are really tired already, and I understand. I absolutely understand. I've been there. I am still there some days. But oh my God, the return that y'all have coming on that investment is unlike anything you are stepping into the most pure, authentic, oh my God, we've got the 8 of Cups here on the bottom. You guys are feeling so drained right now. You're feeling so heartbroken. You're feeling so tired, but this is reassuring you that it is okay. It is reassuring you. It is telling you that it is okay for you to move on, for you to start stepping into your power, for you to start stepping into who you are meant to be. You see these right here? We've got the Empress. We've got the Father of Pentacles. This is you, this beautiful, beautiful dynamic of masculine and feminine energies in balance. Your returns are coming in, and you are stepping into who you are meant to be in the purest and most full version of yourself. And that is so good for you guys. I'm so proud of you already for everything that you have gone through. And I'm saying that, you know, at this point I'm feeling like a lot of you have been looking at your situation and going, well, what have I done all of this for? It doesn't feel like I've done any of this for any good reason. Like, why is this all happening to me? I'm so tired, and I just want it to stop, and I want it to be done. And Spirit's telling you that all of this hard work, everything that you have put in right now, is coming to fruition. And as soon as you are able to cut out some of these negative influences that have been stealing your power and stealing your joy, there is so much more and so much better on the horizon for you. And along that line, don't let yourself get bogged down by all of the fear that can come with change. You know, change is scary. Change is very, very, very scary. But Spirit would like to remind you that change is also natural. That without that change, without continuing to embrace that change, that we are just opening up ourselves for more and more heartbreak, staying somewhere that is stagnant and that is unable to grow. And one of the things too that I love about this Empress card, do you see how beautifully red those leaves are? This is an autumnal sort of card, you know, that it's reminding you that these changes are natural, that change is something that, while it is hard, it is something that we need to, for our highest good, continue to accept. And these decisions that you're making here probably are not going to be easy. They're almost definitely not going to be easy. But ultimately, these decisions are ones that are going to last, that are going to set you further along your path towards something just genuinely incredible, towards something that people are going to look at you and they're going to say, oh, how did you do it? You know, how did you get to that point? How did you figure this all out? And the answer is just to take things as they come. And that can be a really hard thing to do. I know that can be a really hard thing to do. But watch as things change. And know that in some cases, you have to be the one to execute that change. Sometimes you need to be the one to take up those swords and to make that decision, to take that swing. And that's all I've got for you guys. That's all I've got for you, pile number 1. I lied. I was like, no, I think that's it. And then it's like, no, draw one more card from the top. Y'all got the star, okay? This card is so full of hope. It's so full of hope and a bright future and something beautiful, a good change on the horizon, okay? I know that you're tired, and I know that you're probably listening to this right now and you're just like, kid, like, what are you even on about? What are you talking about? This is waiting for you on the horizon, okay? This is your outcome. You are the Empress, you are the Father of Pentacles, you are living in that star energy. There is so much hope and so many beautiful, beautiful things waiting for you just around the corner, okay? So many beautiful things. And I am so proud of you for having made it this far. And I'm even prouder knowing that you're going into 2022 with this overwhelming, you know what has to be done. All that knowledge that you are dealing with right now, it is already inside of you. Tap into your intuition. Tap into your higher self. You know what's coming. And you are on the right path already. It's just time to start cutting away some of the extraneous things that are causing you pain, that are causing you stress, and cutting away these things that are stealing your joy and stealing your energy is only going to help you reach this version of yourself, this higher version of yourself. And Spirit's so proud of you. Spirit is just like over here, and they are in your corner. They are proud of you beyond all imagination and all measure, because you have been putting in the work so hard already. And it's time for you to start stepping into this energy of who you are meant to be. It's time to rekindle that passion and that fire by getting rid of some of the things that have been stealing it, okay? And for real this time, that's what I've got for you, pile number 1. Thank you very much for joining me for this reading. If you liked it, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. One of my goals in 2022 is to start doing more of these readings more frequently and to start kind of building the channel a little bit more. So if you liked it, please feel free to hit the follow button, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Happy New Year. Happy 2022 to you all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. I do hope you'll pardon that. I have a cat who is particularly helpful, decides to help me out a little bit too much sometimes. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this pile, then you've chosen this adorable little moss agate mushroom. I absolutely love this. It was a gift from a dear, dear friend of mine. And I absolutely adore it. It made a wonderful addition to my little collection. Hope that you love it as much as I do. If you chose pile number 2, just very quickly, this is going to be, a general sort of reading for what is coming in for you in 2022, some things that you can maybe expect, a few things that can maybe give you a little bit of warning, a little bit of help. This card right here comes from the Spirit of Nature Oracle deck, which I absolutely love, and I really love the way that the book, tends to go through all of the aspects of the card. So I will be kind of reading from that just to start out, but this card here is going to provide us with an overall energy for your 2022, pile number 2. That's a lot of 2s. What do we got? You guys have the hawthorn tree here. And now I'm just going to real quick flip back in here, and I'm going to find the hawthorn, because that is a rather lovely tree. Okay, so for you guys, your message for 2022, your overall energy, and there will be some tarot cards coming in just a bit here, but I'm going to start out by reading this hawthorn tree, the wisdom of the green man for you for 2022. Challenge opens the way before us. Challenge does not always have to be threatening. It can also invite us to explore new territory, to test our strength and abilities to the limits. People climb mountains and undertake extreme sports to face the challenges these offer. And most would agree that the experience has given them new insight into their lives, as well as an abundance of energy. The fear and uncertainty that arise in the face of challenge can cause our actions to petrify into immobility, however. Wherever fear is present, power is also possible. One small change of approach and attitude can transmute fear into power, inability into ability, and uncertainty into daring. Your challenge need be no more than simply admitting to yourself that your life is in a rut and accepting the possibility of change, of finding a new path and new goals. This card encourages you to look more closely at your circumstances to discover where the challenges lie for you, and then to move forward to face them with as much courage and wisdom as you can muster. Okay, listen, if y'all felt called at all to pile number 1 as well, maybe go check that one out, because we've got some pretty similar energies going on right here. Just right out of the gate. So I've got my tarot cards right here, and we've got, all right, there we go. Oh man, I'm getting the sense already that some of you guys are kind of set in your ways, and not necessarily in a bad way, but you guys are very stubborn. You guys are very, very stubborn people. I'm feeling some pretty strong earth energy right here. As a fellow Capricorn, I understand. However, no, you guys are immeasurably stubborn. You guys are like the equivalent, you are the epitome of bloom where you are planted. And that does not matter if you are, a tree growing on the side of a mountain face that's just sheer and no one knows how they're doing it. Or I have this mental image right now of just you are the dandelions growing in the sidewalk cracks, and I do not mean that in any sort of derogatory way. I literally just mean that in the most you are so stubborn and your roots go so deep. Your roots go so deep. And you are so determined. I am just genuinely I am in awe right now. I just have so much admiration for the amount of, man, okay, this is some good energy right here. You guys are some seriously set in your ways, but in the best possible way. When you know that something is right, you go for it. When you know that something is for you, then you go for it. Okay. I'm getting the sense that we got some big changes that are coming your way here. So, Spirit, for pile number 2, what kinds of changes do we have coming for them? What should they be expecting coming for them in this next year? Spirit, what do we got coming for pile number 2? Whoo. Okay. I'm just gonna. Yep. Okay. I'm just. Yep. All right, cool. So let's get into this. You remember that whole thing where I was just like, yeah, you are really set in your ways right here. We got the Hierophant. The Hierophant speaks about tradition, about this this energy of, well, this was how I was raised. This is how I know how to be. This is who I know how to be. 2022 for you is going to turn this all on its head, because, as you know, while it might be upright for y'all, this came out in reverse for me. So you are getting ready to turn absolutely everything on its head right now, okay? The only card that showed up upright for me was the 8 of Swords. You guys are feeling trapped, I'm getting the sense, by the circumstances that you are currently in. You are experiencing a situation currently that has been causing you, I don't want to necessarily say distress, and I'm sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. He's just a very needy boy who needs all of the love. I'm not necessarily getting the sense that it's causing you stress. It's almost as if you have accepted your lot in life here. But there is this stubbornness, this being set in your ways, these roots that are dug down so deep that no one can uproot you. You're starting to realize that this maybe isn't serving you anymore. You've kind of grown comfortable. You've almost grown like complacent. Despite the fact that you feel very trapped and possibly very frustrated by this situation, by this scenario, you've kind of grown to accept it. You've grown a little complacent about it. You're hitting this point where I don't want to say that you don't have the energy for it, because I feel like you usually very much do. But you've kind of grown to this point of, this is the way that things are, and who am I to change them? You've kind of reached a point of looking at the situation, looking at the world around you, looking at where you are personally in your own life. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, how on earth am I ever going to be able to move on from this? I might as well just stay here, where I'm comfortable, where I know what's happening, where I know where I am, I know what's going on. This is the energy that I want to stay in because it's comfortable for me now. And I can turn a blind eye to everything else that is going on around me. You're hitting this point of I'm getting the sense that you're feeling very emotionally unfulfilled. That this energy, this comfortable trap, as it were, that you kind of let this happen. And I don't want to make it sound like, oh, well, this is all your fault, you know, it's not entire, I don't want to make it sound like you have just let yourself become this, but there is this energy of not necessarily wanting to move forward. You've found your comfort zone. You have found something that you feel very comfortable with. You've found something that you feel very something that it's functional. It's functional is the word I'm looking for. Where it's not necessarily what you want, but it works, you know? Like, it's not something that you particularly were seeking. It's not something that you're particularly, you know, working towards, but it's functional and it works. But the problem is that because you have reached that point of sort of complacency about the situation, because you have hit this point of you know that you need to move forward. All of the signs are here for you that you need to be moving forward. Okay, so for me, all these cards, you know, come out in reverse. We've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. This card right here is showing that there is a whole lot of action that you've been holding off on taking. That there is a decision that needs to be made. There is like a new idea that has been brewing, and you just keep on putting it off. You keep on putting it off. You keep on, you know, shoving it onto the back burner. There's time for that later. There's time for whatever else to happen later. And we've got the Three of Cups also in reverse, honey. Like this entire energy right here is just this constant feeling of unfulfillment with the relationships that you are currently in, with the ideas that you are embodying. I get the sense that there is overall this sense of being trapped by expectation, what you think other people are going to think of you if you were to act on any of these particular instances. And then we have the Five of Swords that came out in reverse. And group 1 also got this card. So once again, if you wind up kind of having this moment of if you felt called to both 1 and 2, I'd maybe recommend checking out both of them. You guys have a very different energy, admittedly, but with the Five of Swords in reverse, like literally at this point in time, what I'm seeing is that the instant that you decide to make this change, the instant that you decide to move on from this situation, from this being just tied up and trapped and left here in your own complacency, which I don't want to say is, you know, it's not you haven't chosen to be complacent. Every single action in your life that has led you to this point has told you that there is no better option. That this is all there is. That this is how it's supposed to be. Okay. You are reaching a point where you have become comfortably numb to the old dreams and hopes that you used to have. And along that line, you are starting to reach a point where you don't necessarily want to open your eyes, because it's all just going to come crashing down again. And you don't want that to happen, because you've worked to get to this point. You've worked really hard to get to this point. And admitting that it is no longer in your best interest, and admitting that it's something that maybe you worked for and that it's no longer helping you in any way, you just really want to turn a blind eye to that. This is the way it should be. This is, for lack of a better term, and I'm not saying that this is true for everybody, but this is the husband, the wife, the kids, the white picket fence, the family dog. This is the 9-to-5 office job. This is the, you've worked really hard to get to where you are, and you're very proud of those achievements. But deep down, you're feeling incredibly unsatisfied with all of those sorts of things. And but it's success, it's what other people view as success. It's what other people view as being important, as being good. So you've been willing to kind of let that continue to constrain you, to keep you stuck in this energy and stuck in this space. But it's time to start reconsidering. A shift in your mindset, observing things from a new angle, looking at yourself, at the past, at the present, at the future, in a way. I'm feeling like generational sorts of things. Like there is like generational expectation that this is how it should be. This is who you should be. This is why we do it this way. And if you don't do it this way, then, well, what's the point? And Spirit's asking you to kind of take a few steps back and to kind of reconsider. Where did you get these expectations from? Where did you get this understanding? Where did you get this sense that it has to be this way, and if it isn't this way, that you're doomed? Because there's some of you, I'm getting the sense, are called to be like generational, like curse breakers, as it were. That there are these habits and these patterns that we have infused into our lives because of the way that our parents and our grandparents and our great-great-grandparents all raised us. But you're the ones who are realizing that this is no longer serving you, and that it's time to start moving forward, to start moving on. And you're going to be the one to take care of that decision and to execute that decision, and that is amazing energy for you guys. Oh my god. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups. Guys, okay, you guys have been feeling so emotionally unfulfilled and so tired of everything that has been happening and so tired of everything around you that you've just been willing to turn that blind eye. But this is reminding you that there is so much better for you out there, that there is so much more waiting for you just around the corner, just on the horizon. 2022 is the year for you to take off the blindfold, to take a good hard look at the world around you again, to re-examine it through new eyes, to explore both yourself and the influences around you that have led you to believe that this is all there is. Okay, I've got another deck here that I really like using to kind of ask for a little bit of extra, clarification and the like. Ooh, it doesn't want to shuffle. You guys are really set in your ways, okay? Okay? It's just over here and it's like, well, I don't want to hear it. Okay, I understand. I don't want to hear it either. But there is, these cards just don't want to shuffle. They don't want to come together. They don't want to work at all. Y'all need to take a few seconds. I understand we're stubborn. I understand that we've got a whole lot of energy going on and that we don't want to deal with it sometimes. 2022 is bringing a lot of changes for you guys, and changes that you yourselves are going to have to be the ones to make. Okay, Spirit, what do we got? What do we got for pile number 2 here? Okay. Yep. Okay. 6 of Wands, guys. 6 of Wands. And I will say that this one did come out upright, so that I want to show it to you here. This one did come out upright for me. 6 of Wands. We are going to be rising above all of this nonsense, all of this situation that's driving us so crazy. I got the Daughter of Swords. That's the Page of Swords. Okay, I seriously, y'all, if this is an entirely different deck of cards, and I need you to know, again, if you were called to pile number 1 as well, please go and watch it, because the Page of Swords, the 6 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, all of these showed up in that reading too. Okay? And literally the same bottom of the deck energy as well. This is the 8 of Cups. This is it's time to start moving on from the things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling for you. This is the time for you to start re-examining your life, finding a new mindset, finding a new opportunity to start moving on from the things that are no longer serving you, that are no longer causing you any sort of help. Got the High Priestess, baby. All right, this is you. This is you right here, okay? The instant that you start to open your eyes, that you start to move away from these things that no longer serve you, that are causing you to be set in your ways, that are causing you to feel this particular way, you're gonna be stepping into your power, okay? You're gonna start seeing the world, start trusting your intuition again, start understanding that there is so much more out there for you than what you have been told. And that is such a good energy for you guys in 2022. I'm not saying that the road's gonna be easy for you guys, because it's not, okay? Like this is gonna be probably one of the hardest things that you've ever had to do. But Spirit believes in you. They know that you have come a very long way thus far, and that this change, this motion now towards something better, it's all just on the horizon. You are literally on your way up. You are starting your ascension, for lack of a better word. And there is so much more just waiting around the corner for you. So come on, babes, let's take off this blindfold together, okay? This year, let's take off this blindfold and let's find what's better, okay? It's time to find what's better. And that's all I've got for you, pile number 2. That's all I've got for you in this particular reading. I hope that it was helpful to you. If you liked the reading, if there is anything, you know, if you're looking for further clarification, if you're looking for anything else like that, please feel free to follow the channel. One of my kind of resolutions for 2022 is that I'm going to start posting more regularly on this channel, and that I'm going to start doing this a little bit more. Overall, I hope that this reading was very helpful to you. Feel free to subscribe, and if you do, then I will happily see you in the next video. I pray that this will find you in perfect time. Spirit, the universe, your guides will all lead you to this video as soon as you need to see it, okay? I believe in you. Spirit believes in you. And we'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this pile, then you have chosen this lovely little green aventurine heart. This is one of my personal favorite little stones. I absolutely love it. It makes my day every time I see it, and I usually keep it in my pocket because I love it, and I love the energy. It's very, very pretty stone. This reading today is to go over your, what's coming for you in 2022. What is the overall vibe that is coming your way? We've got a whole lot of different stuff that, 2022 is going to be a big year. I'm definitely feeling for a lot of you. This card right here is one of the Spirit of Nature Oracle cards that I absolutely love. And this is going to give us kind of an overall energy for your year that we're going to start on. So, without further ado, you guys got the willow tree. And really quick here, I am going to open this up. I really love the way that it's phrased in the book, just because I really love, they really get into a lot of like detail about what the trees are like signifying, all of this different sort of thing, and I really they phrase it very beautifully. So I am going to read directly from the book. The wisdom of the green man for you in 2022. From harmony comes inspiration. Everyone needs harmony in their lives, for without it, we become fragmented, pulled apart by the conflicting tides of daily living. Harmony directs us towards flow, which in turn produces a greater sense of vitality and a deeper sense of connection with the rest of the world. From this comes inspiration. The message of Willow and of the Green Man is clear. From harmony comes inspiration, the Eowyn of the Druids and Bards, a source of human fulfillment. The search for inspiration is an age-old one and belongs not only to those with an artistic bent, but to everyone who desires to inspirit their lives in a more positive way. So whether you are seeking inspiration for a piece of crafted work, a new and more harmonious direction in your life, or a more inspired approach to your business, this card reminds you that these things are always available to you, and that to access them is to widen your horizons and to be transformed. Ooh, okay, pile number 3. You guys have got some energy right here on the horizon for your 2022. I'm always here for more inspiration, okay? I'm always here to hear that you guys are in the process of, that transformation already, which I really love for you. So I'm gonna start shuffling these. Sometimes I pick the cards out ahead of time, and today it was just like, nope, you gotta do it live. You gotta do it live today. Okay, good morning. It's very, very fun. We've got a lovely little mess of cards right here. Did not want to shuffle very nicely. I'm getting the sense that this is kind of like how some of you guys are feeling right now in your brains. You're feeling a little bit scrambled, a little bit, you're over here listening to this message of inspiration and you're just like, Kit, what are you talking about? I have no inspiration. I am not feeling inspired in any way, shape, or form right now. I am very tired. 2021 was a lot. I don't want to deal with anything new. What are you talking about? What's this inspiration all about? It's okay. It's okay. We're going to ask Spirit. We're going to ask the cards here. We're going to see what we can come up with, okay? So Spirit, what kind of messages do we have for pile number 3? What can we have them expecting here in 2022? Well, that card just leapt right out of the deck. Got the moon in reverse. Okay, very interesting start. All right, 2022 pile number 3, Spirit. What have we got for them, okay? What we got? Spirit, just asking, let's give these guys some guidance for pile number 3. Pile number 3 in 2022, Spirit. What do we got? The Lovers. Also in reverse. 9 of Wands. Can I get a little more clarification on that, Spirit? Okay. And then I just like a little more inspiration. Okay. I am gonna place that one there. Just because YouTube doesn't necessarily like certain images. So normally I would place that one kind of below as sort of like a baseline kind of energy for you guys. Okay. We have got a whole lot happening in this reading for you guys for 2022. First things first, we got the moon in reverse, okay? Now I know it looks upright for you. For me, it's coming out in reverse. So just trying to, show it off to you as I'm seeing it. The moon frequently winds up representing secrets, representing deception, representing, it's not necessarily like a bad energy, but it is a hidden energy, okay? It's what's lying just below the surface. It's a glass darkly, as it were. Like there's, what you look like, right? You've seen pictures of yourself. You look into a mirror and you examine yourself and you know what you look like. But in some of these cases, that mirror is almost more like a funhouse mirror sort of situation, right? Kind of distorts that view of who you're meant to be and who you are. And what I'm seeing is that the moon in reverse right here is uncovering, going past that point of no longer knowing, of no longer understanding, of no longer okay, yeah, all right. No, okay. So, I apologize. I just got a whole bunch all at once here. So we're gonna go with it. We've got the 9 of Wands in reverse. We got the moon in reverse. We've got the Lovers in reverse. Okay, and now initially I was looking at this Lovers card and I was thinking that this was some kind of relationship that was not working out for you in some regards. No. This energy here, we have the moon in reverse, we got the 9 of Wands in reverse, we got the Lovers in reverse. All of these things are literally right now your self, as it were. I'm getting the sense that you are feeling very divorced from your sense of self, whether that is, you know, balancing your masculine and feminine energy, whether that is you and your shadow self, you and your inner child, different things like that. These aspects of yourself that should be living in unison, that should be living in harmony, are feeling very divorced, very weighed down. We've got the Ten of Swords right here, right? This one came out upright for me. And this one is very much this is the energy of all of this sort of stuff, you know. Coming back to the willow tree here. This is about you. 2022, this entire reading right now is about you coming into harmony with yourself. The Nine of Wands is normally this very, very victorious sort of card. You know, like this is normally like all of the challenges have been like put behind you. You figured everything out. You know what direction you're going. You've already, you know, faced off against all of these things. You got all of the lovely little gemstones here on the top, kind of like all your chakras are in balance and all that sort of stuff. And it's in reverse right now. So there is this overall energy for you guys of you're feeling very unbalanced. You're feeling like you don't necessarily know who you are. You don't necessarily know what's coming. You don't necessarily understand what's going to happen. And you're feeling very unsure about just everything right now. This Ten of Swords is you. You're feeling so put down. You're feeling just absolutely overloaded and overwhelmed and so frustrated because you've been trying to marry these two very different parts of yourself into a harmonious whole, and it just has not been happening. I get the sense that a lot of you have been really trying already, that you've been putting in this work, that you've been putting in this effort, and that you've been trying to heal your heart, to heal a lot of these past wounds that might have been left to you from yourself, from other people in your past, from your family, your lovers, your co-workers, your acquaintances, your friends. It doesn't matter. Through life, we are constantly being bombarded with new information, with new perspectives, with new versions of ourselves that ultimately wind up kind of converging upon this single point, and you have not been able to reconcile the way that these people see you with the way that you truly are. And the difficulty is that you haven't even been able to reconcile who you see yourself as with who you really are. You've been looking in the funhouse mirror. You've been seeing a very distorted version of yourself, and you haven't been able to reconcile that version of yourself with who you're meant to be. But oh boy, do I have some good news for you, babes. Both the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands came out upright, and both of them coming in towards this point of center. This wound up being like easily like the most symmetrical reading that I've had in this video. These two are not jousting each other. They are coming in towards a point of convergence. They are coming into this point of marriage of the self. They are coming in with this energy. The Knight of Cups is this emotional, fulfilled, this this overall sort of go with the flow, this feeling of being whole and complete. You're no longer pouring yourself out when you are yourself empty. And the Knight of Wands here is this spark of inspiration. Oh my God, I love this so much. Okay, we literally have fire and water. Okay, we have fire and water, these two polar opposite energies that are coming in right here towards this lovers, which is not actually, I'm really not feeling, for some of you guys, this might wind up being like a relationship that's healing or different things like that. But for most of you, I am really feeling that this is just this sense of self that has been so divorced from reality. And you're realizing that it's time to like make that change and to start pushing towards an overall sense of peace, towards harmony. You're getting ready to put in all of this work and to match up these two decidedly opposite aspects of your personality, of who you are, in the best possible way. Like, you're reaching this point of understanding, this is not who I am meant to be, and I am ready to start making that change. I am ready to start becoming better, to become who I'm meant to become, I'm tired of living. You guys are feeling so separated. Like there's this, you feel like you're 2, 3, 4, 5 different people all just stuck in the same body. That you're trying to be all things to all people, and everyone has this different version of you that they expect you to be. And none of them are matching up in the right way. Okay, I know that this was going to be like the crystal for pile number 4 here, but I want to use it just kind of as a little demonstration, okay? So there are all of these different facets of this cut stone, right? And a lot of these facets, you're as people are looking at you, they are only seeing 1 or maybe 2. They're only seeing the parts of you that they want to see. They're only seeing the parts of you that you're letting them see. And Spirit's saying that 2022 is this year for you to start moving on past that point of being it's time to start moving past the point of being all things to all people, and instead being all you for everybody. And I'm getting this sense that a lot of you are very scared of that prospect. That you are very nervous about what people are going to say, what people are going to think. But the only way for us to truly live authentically in who we are is for us to reach that point of marriage of the self. To find all of these aspects and realize that they are all part of a larger whole. Like a gemstone, like a diamond, cut in all of these different little ways. When we examine ourselves through these different lenses, through these funhouse mirrors, if we only look through one portion of it, if we only look through one singular element, we will always wind up with a very warped image of ourselves, of our lives, of the people and places and things that we interact with. It's only by taking a few steps back, by leaving the funhouse sometimes in some cases, that we can reconcile these different elements of ourselves, that we can see the big picture, that we can see the whole, that we can see the entire diamond instead of just seeing the certain little aspects, the certain facets, the tiny little glints of light and sparkle. There's a whole gem waiting there to be uncovered. You are that gem. And when people see you in all of those elements for who you are, they are going to realize just how beautiful that diamond is. It's not just a matter of, like, there's this sense that when people find out about these different sides of you, the ones that you do your best to try to keep hidden, the ones that you do your best to try to keep them under wraps, that they're not gonna like you anymore, that they're going to turn their backs on you, that they're going to move away from who you are to them. But the opposite's happening here. All of this energy is coming towards the middle. You are going to be drawing more people towards you, better circumstances, better situations, along with a deeper and truer understanding of who you are and who you're meant to be. Okay. The bottom card energy here is the star in reverse. You have been pushing this off for a really long time. And I will say, I use a lot of like kind of biblically inspired phrases. I was raised very heavily in the church. I've kind of moved away from it now, but to utilize this particular phrase here, is hope deferred makes the heart sick. And the star represents hope. And in reverse, it means that you've been putting this hope off. You've been putting off this true and wonderful and just authentic version of yourself in order to please the people around you, in order to keep things copacetic between you and the other people around you. You have been hiding all of these elements of who you are, and it is hurting you so deeply to not be able to show them who you are, to not be able to show them all of these perfect aspects that make you who you are. Spirit's saying in 2022 that this is the year for you to start taking these aspects of yourself that for so long have been so separated and so curated, that you've taken such care to make sure that every single one of these aspects doesn't interact with the other, that this aspect doesn't touch this one and this one doesn't touch this one. It's time to start bringing them all together. I saw this picture very suddenly of a painting palette, and I think some of you guys might actually be like artists in some way, but you've been very careful up until this point to make sure that the blue paint doesn't touch the red paint, doesn't touch the yellow paint, doesn't touch the white or the black or the green. And in 2022, the time is coming for you to begin to mix those reds and those blues to make the purples. It's time to start looking beyond this sense of self that you have allowed other people to witness. It's time for you to come and be the fullest that you can be in your own power, in your own inspiration, in your own authenticity, getting that chance to show the entire world once and for all, this is who I am, this is what I want to be, and I'm happy to be that, and I'm proud to be that. And yes, some of your fears may in fact come to pass. You know, there may be some people who view these changes and they'll wind up saying, oh, I liked you better when you were X, when you were Y, when you were Z. But if that is their response to getting to know you as the fullest, as the most true to yourself version that you can possibly be, then do they really deserve to know you in that way? If they look at you and they say, well, I liked you better when you were X, Y, Z, why are you A, B, C now? There's no shame in being X, Y, Z. There's this moment where you may need to explain to them, well, I am still X, Y, Z, but I'm also A, B, C. And I can be both of those things because I'm still just part of the alphabet, you know? Like, truth itself is multifaceted. It is like this diamond, and it is only by observing the whole that we can observe the truth. Because looking through certain lenses and aspects of that truth, like a little kaleidoscope, it'll give us a different picture every single time. But it isn't until we take those steps back and we see the kaleidoscope as a whole that we go, oh, that's a kaleidoscope, you know? And you guys are that kaleidoscope. You are very beautiful and multifaceted and amazing. And Spirit wants you to be able to show people that you are that kaleidoscope, that you are that diamond, that you are so in tune with yourself and who Spirit wants you to be, who you want you to be. That any other people who are looking at you and they glance, you know, they might glance the other way, they might look the other way, and they'll think to themselves like, well, I liked them better when they were XYZ. And there will be people who will look at you from, you know, when those people for whom you are ABC, they'll go, well, I liked them better when they were ABC. But this is no longer a matter of being one thing for one group of people and being another for another group. This is a chance for you to live as fully within yourself and who you are meant to be, who you want to be, who you were put on this earth to be, as you possibly can. And the instant that you do that, you will wind up drawing in abundance, emotional fulfillment, creative ideas, a group of people who love, respect, and accept you for every beautiful aspect and beautiful facet of yourself as you're meant to be. I have another deck here. I frequently like having, you know, multiple decks on hand to kind of help me out a little bit in terms of like any additional messages or clarifications that might possibly be able to happen here. So I'm just gonna give this a couple of shuffles. It does not particularly like to shuffle sometimes, but they're very stiff cards. There we go. Shuffled a lot easier than some of the other piles, I'll say that. I feel like you're willing to make that change, you're ready to make that change. Spirit, do we have any other messages here for group 2 or 3? Numbers are hard, guys. Any other messages for group 3? What is coming to them in 2022? Group 3. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. So real quick here. Normally I'd read these first, but I'd check the base card energy here. We've got the 9 of Swords, y'all. You guys have been losing a lot of sleep over some of these decisions and over this, not really being able to reconcile these different aspects of yourself. But oh my God, okay, this is so good. This is so good for you guys. Okay, so got the 8 of Wands. We are talking some rapid motion coming towards you, and I love the fact that this wound up going over the 9 of Wands in reverse, because this is progression, right? You're taking this step back from this 9 of Wands version of yourself. You're going back to the 8 of Wands just a little bit, but you're over here and you're like, this time I'm gonna do it right. And we have the Magician upright. Guys, this is the master of all of these elements. This is the master manifester, the one who looks at what they want and goes out and they get it and they do everything that they have to do. Like, this is, oh, it's such a good energy for you guys. Like, this Magician is you. This Magician is who you're meant to be, who you were put on this planet to be. And it's time to step into that energy. It is time to start soaring into this energy. We've got Judgment right here. Oh, this is the Phoenix coming up from the ashes. You guys are... 2022 is going to be your year, guys. 2022 is an opportunity for you to reconcile all of these pieces of your life that have felt incoherent, that have felt partialized, that have felt, I don't know if partialized is a word, that have felt just so divorced and separated from each other. 2022 is the year of you coming in to completion, to fulfillment, to reconciliation of these aspects of yourself into a beautiful and divine whole. That is amazing. That is such incredible energy for you guys. Yeah, that is all I've got. That is all I've got for you guys. Spirit's really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. 2022 is going to be your year. Just keep it up. I know it's hard. I know it's tiring. But you've got this. You absolutely have got this. And you're going to be bringing in such abundance and such wonderful, wonderful things with every step along the way here as you push your way onward into 2022. As that is all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope that this message finds you in Spirit's perfect timing, in the universe's perfect timing, that your guides lead you here whenever you need to hear it. Whether that is today, tomorrow, or several months into 2022, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is a message for you. If you liked this reading and you would like to see more like it, please feel free to subscribe to the channel or like the video. One of my personal resolutions as we're coming into the new year here is that I will be posting more of these readings more regularly, and I'm very excited to do so. So if you would like to join me on that journey, then feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next reading. Happy New Year, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose this pile, I've got this absolutely beautiful lapis lazuli crystal here. This is one of my newest additions to the collection. I absolutely love it, and it makes my entire day. So, gonna go ahead and set this off to the side here. Our reading today, we are looking for what is coming to you in 2022. This card right here is from the Spirit of Nature Oracle deck. It's a really beautiful deck. I love it. And this is going to help us kind of get the overall vibe for all of you for the next year to come. This is going to be the overall energy for you. And because I really love the way that the guidebook tends to phrase the particular, interpretations of the different trees here, I will be reading from the guidebook just to kind of help give you that energy. Let's find out what you got. Ooh, you guys got the beech tree here. And that alone is really fun because that is one of the last trees in the deck. Let's get to the beach. Here we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. This alone, I just want to say the beech tree card in this deck is kind of like pulling the death card in the best possible way. It's the final card in the deck. It's the end of one cycle and the beginning of a next. So I'm already getting some real good energy for you guys for 2022. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to read the guidebook here. The wisdom of the green man for you guys for 2022. What lies beyond the threshold? Crossing thresholds is a way of moving from one state of being to another, but they can be frightening places, confronting us with uncertainty and change. Being creatures of habit, it is easier for us to stay within the known and familiar. Yet if we refuse to confront what lies beyond the threshold, we can remain in a stagnant condition. What is on the other side of the threshold may be actively enticing you into a new experience, a lesson that will help develop your skills. Beech can signify the death or end of something, but also stands for the changes that arise through realization. Since its gift is the revelation of experience, Beech in a reading suggests you should cross the threshold that is challenging you, gain experience from the unknown, seek revelation, and increase your knowledge. That is already a very powerful energy to have overall for your reading here, my friends. And I am very excited to start seeing what else this year has in store for you just based off of that. So let's start getting into that. Spirit, for group number 4 here, what have we got coming in 2022? 2022, Spirit, what do we have coming in for group number 4? All right. Spirit, what do we have for group number 4 for 2022? Interesting. Okay. For all of these readings, I should mention as well, if you've seen more than one of them, I do have a tendency to just sort of place the cards where I feel they need to go. I'm not really following any sort of fixed spread here. But all right, guys. All right. So as we've seen, we are kind of coming into the start of a new cycle here. We are crossing a threshold. We are starting to reach new boundaries, new potential. And this is okay. Something's been holding you back from that. So we've got the Eight of Cups, right? For me, it might have been upright for you guys. For me, it showed up in reverse. So the Eight of Cups is a card of moving on. This is a card of taking what we've got, figuring things out, and then moving on from the things that no longer serve us. And this has been, I don't want to say that you've been putting it off, but you've kind of been putting it off. Just based on the fact that it is in reverse right now. What I'm seeing is that the cups are a very emotional sort of thing, but I'm also seeing that there's this like, this almost daydream-like sense here of fantasizing about moving on, but never actually taking those first steps to do so. And I'm seeing that there are a couple of different elements that might be kind of related to this one. So we also have the Three of Cups in reverse here, and the Three of Cups is usually a card of partnership, of friendship, of it can be a card of love, familial, platonic, sometimes even romantic, but this is a card of partnership and a card of fulfillment with partnership. And I'm getting this, again, this kind of daydreamy sense here. I feel like these two are very closely tied, that these two are very closely linked, that you've daydreamt about moving on from some of these different situations. You've daydreamt about what it means to cross that threshold. And with the Page of Wands also in reverse here, as it is for me, I know again it's upright for you guys, for me it's reversed. This is an idea. This is an overwhelmingly important idea. This is a spark of inspiration. This is a lightning bolt sent from heaven that you've been putting off. And you've been putting it off for the sake of other people. Maybe for some of you it's coming in the form of judgment, what these other people are going to think. I feel like for many of you, the putting it off for other people has come more because you're trying to care for these other people and you don't want this idea to wind up coming at the expense of these other people's care. This could be family, friends, children, different things like that. But what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing is that there is this idea here. This, for lack of any better term here, this is like a spark of pure inspiration. And it's still in these kind of infantile sorts of stages, right? Like you've had this idea that is very dear and close to your heart. And you've been imagining to yourself now for a while, what would happen if I took that plunge? What would happen if I dared to follow that dream, that spark of inspiration, that little bit of light there in the distance? And along that line, you've continued to put it off for the sake of other people. Maybe because you think that they won't understand. Maybe because you are concerned about how they might view it, how they might perceive it. For many of you, again, I feel like a lot of it comes down to the fact that you are enamored with this idea and you want to move forward with it, but you really don't want it to come along and potentially upset the balance of this set of relationships. You don't want this idea to jeopardize the care that you have for your friends, for your family, for your children, for whatever here. And you're just very concerned, you're very worried that by crossing this threshold, that you are going to be endangering the status quo, this state that it's already in. But Spirit is really telling you not to worry, because these are in this reverse position, things are already kind of jeopardized right now. Like, it's not due to any fault of your own, but it is due to the fact that there is just so much that has been left unsaid. There's so much that's been put off. You have been apologize, I've got a whole lot of different things coming at me all at once right now. So you have been told that this idea is not one that will prove profitable, that will prove useful. You've still thought about it a lot. You think about it almost constantly. But there are a lot of people who tell you that it's unrealistic, that it doesn't make sense, that I feel like for some of you this might wind up being career related here in 2022. That many of you, I think, have a desire to kind of upset the balance, as it were, of, for some of you, this is coming in the form of like this spark of inspiration, and you want to pursue this spark in a way that will cause, almost like starting a business, that you're trying to figure out. You have an idea, you have this concept in your head of what you want your life to look like. And you want to take these steps to get there, but you've kind of kept putting it off because you've been told that it's impractical, because you've been told that it doesn't make sense, that this is a very, Page of Wands is a very young creative energy. It maybe needs a little bit of time still to be kind of fleshed out, to have that idea kind of put into practice. And you've been told over and over that this is just not a practical way to live your life. That this is, you might talk to some people about these ideas that you have, these concepts that you have, and none of them are listening to them and going, oh yeah, well that's realistic. Like every single one of them is like, well that could work maybe in like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line. But what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling really strongly right now is that this is the year to start developing that. to let that grow further and further and further, because you're feeling so unfulfilled by all of this right now. And here on the other side, we've got the Page of Cups. This is another spark, but this one is of emotional fulfillment. This situation that you're in right now is not fulfilling to you very much at all. And you are ready to start making those changes. You're ready to start moving on and stepping into the life that you want. And what I love right now, okay, this is really beautiful here. What I love is that the cards, due to the way that they have shown up in reverse or not in reverse, is showing that right here you are aligning yourself still with this idea, right? The Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and then the Nine of Pentacles, all of them are facing the same direction. Every single one, they're all facing the same direction. By electing to pursue this course of action, you are inviting in this energy of emotional fulfillment in alignment with the rest of yourself. You are inviting in wealth and resource and protection. Again, all in alignment with yourself. This Nine of Pentacles is a card of wealth and abundance. This is a card of reaching a point in your life where you are self-sustaining, where you are able to fall into this part of yourself that you never even thought was possible before. And right now, all of this is telling you, just get in alignment with yourself, get in alignment with this idea. And if we can turn this card upright once again, if we've got that Eight of Pence, you know what? He's also looking in that same direction there. Starting to take that time to cross that threshold, to move on from these, these lifestyle choices that you've been so worried about, and starting to pursue this new practice, this new idea, is ultimately going to wind up proving very fruitful for you. There is a lot of abundance coming in that card. And oh my God, okay, I love this so much for you guys. The bottom deck energy right here is the Six of Wands. It's again that forward motion, and would you look at that? It's going in the same direction. I love that for you. That Six of Wands is victory is assured. That you've put in the hard work, you've ridden into battle, you've done everything that you need to do to reach this point of prosperity, to reach this point of starting to fill your own cup before you start filling everybody else's. You're going to be able to give them the overflow. You're going to be able to give them this energy that you have never once had before, because you're going to be fulfilling yourself as well. You're going to be able to pursue these things that make you happy, that leave you inspired, that make you feel like you know who you're meant to be, that make you feel like you know what you're doing, that make you feel like the world itself has opened up to you. And instead of, I don't know why this is where my mind went. You feel like the universe has left you on red. A lot of you feel like the universe has left you on red right now. That you have maybe been trying to manifest a new reality for yourselves. That you have been trying to put in this time and this effort and this energy, and you have been praying, and you have been hoping, and you have been practically putting in everything that you feel that you've been able to, and you feel like the universe has just left you on red. That the universe has looked at your situation and said, "Ha, that's nice," and then never responded. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry, I just big rush of emotion here. Your guides are here. Spirit's here for you. The universe hasn't left you on red. It hasn't looked at you and said that it's time to give up. It isn't ignoring you. It's listening. It's watching, it's waiting. This is not the universe ignoring you. It's the universe waiting for you to give it the space for that manifestation to come to fruition. You have been asking and praying and pushing and working your way constantly further and further towards this goal that you have in mind. But you haven't allowed the universe any space to give back. You have left yourself in a position where you have been trying to force every single aspect of this, but you haven't been able to take that final step into abundance and into fulfillment because you've still been so scared as to the outcome, because you're scared that the universe isn't going to come through for you. And I'm just hearing so strongly right now that yes, it's here. It's waiting. They haven't left you on red. They just haven't been able to get a word in edgewise. They want to be able to communicate with you. They want to be able to work with you to bring everything here into that beautiful whole and into that fruition. But they need you to give them that little bit of space, that little bit of wiggle room, so that you can take that final step, so that you can cross that threshold. They are saying it is time to cross that threshold and then let us do the work. You've put in a lot already. You have done so much with this little spark, and you are so ready to act on it. But you gotta give the universe space and time to do what the universe does, you know? I don't know why, but I very strongly heard like karma. You have put in so much good energy and so much good work towards this goal, and the universe wants to reward you for that. You know, this karmic cycle is coming to fruition. You've been putting in all of this good work. You've been punching in, and you've been, not to use like just pure on, you know, capitalist rhetoric for it, but just, you have put in the work. It's time for the payday. That is your message for 21. You have put in the work in 2022. You put in all that work in 2021. In 2022, it is time for the payday. That paycheck is coming. That fulfillment is coming. That manifestation is coming. All of this effort that you have wanted to put into, you just need to trust. Trust, trust, trust. That is the message for you right now. You got to take that step. It's a leap of faith. It's crossing a threshold that you know nothing about. And that is the most terrifying thing in the entire world, is going into this almost blind and you have no idea what's coming. But the fact is that you do. You do know what's coming. You do know what's coming. And what's coming is fulfillment, wealth, change. Beautiful inspiration and change. There is a whole beautiful big life ahead of you if you can just take that moment, realize that these things are going to be cared for. The universe has got it. Universe has got it. It's got you. These people are going to be cared for. You're going to be cared for. And the time has come. The time has come for you to step into this energy. The time has come for you to take that idea, that spark, and go with it. To move on, to press forward, because only good things are going to come of it. Only good things and good victories are going to come from it. And I've got a second deck right here. I really enjoy being able to use this one as well as sort of this additional kind of like energy, as it were, because the cards are very different, and oh boy, they don't like to shuffle particularly well. Most of the time, at least. Sometimes they'll go like really, really easily, and sometimes they're just over here and they're like, I don't think so. I'm too scared. I don't want to tell you what's coming up. And that is kind of the energy that you've been a little bit stuck in here, my friends. Been very worried about what's coming up next. Spirit, what do we got for pile number 4 here in 2022? Any additional messages that you have, Spirit, for pile number 4 in 2022? What other messages do we have for these fine folks? Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, that is juicy. That is juicy right here. You guys got the Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, in this particular deck. You did get it in reverse. Once again, what I'm getting from this particular bit here is that this fulfillment might kind of take a little bit. Just a little bit, because there is this worry still that it's not going to come through. However, we also got Temperance in reverse. And this is a beautiful card on its own. I love this card. In reverse, Temperance is usually the card of just like, oh yeah, hey, wait, just be patient. Temperance in reverse means like bullet train, freight train, just, I don't even know. Just like, as soon as you decide to let go, as soon as you decide to let the universe in, to do what the universe does best, it's gonna move fast. And like, obscenely fast. And then, do you know what other card we pulled? It's the 9 of Pentacles. Again. I apologize, I just showed this to you upside down. It did come out upright for me. But this card right here is the same as this card right here, both of which are upright. This is going to be your year, pile number 4. You have got so much good energy coming your way. You have planted your seeds. You have sown the reality that you want. The instant that you step back for just 2 seconds and let the universe do what the universe does, the instant that you take that step forward and you cross the threshold, just go in arms wide spread open and just say, hey universe, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever it is that you've got for me this year. I am ready for whatever it is that you have got coming in for me. I am ready to pursue this idea to the best of my ability. I am ready to make the life that I have wanted for myself and for the people that I care about. And it's gonna pay off. This is the payday card. 2022 is gonna be your payday. And this is just, oh my goodness, this is such good energy for you guys too. Like it feels whole. It feels very complete. It feels very comfortable. You're going to reach a point of finally being comfortable with this idea, with this lifestyle, with everything here. And it's gonna come fast the instant that you take that step. The instant that you take that little step in there. Oh, that's so good. That's so good for you guys. Yeah. 2022 is gonna be your payday, y'all. You've been punching in. It's time to cash in. Okay? You're gonna see so much abundance coming towards you in this next year. So much abundance coming towards you. Just follow that spark. Follow that idea. Take that final step, and then just stand there, arms wide open, and say, hey, universe, I'm ready. What you got next? And that is all that I have for you today. Pile number 4. Wow, that is a real good reading. I'm still riding on that high. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope that you liked it. I hope that it was helpful to you, and I hope that the universe will help you find this in the perfect timing for you here. It does not matter if you are seeing this, several months into 2022. Doesn't matter. Still applicable, still counts. This is your payday. Collect on it. If you liked the reading and you would like to see more like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Feel free to, hit the notification bell if you want immediate confirmation that I've done more. Part of my New Year's resolutions this year will involve, posting more videos here on this channel, as I want to continue to kind of pursue this a little bit more. But yeah, I hope that you liked the reading. I hope that it was helpful and beneficial to you. If you want to see more like it, go ahead and follow. And I hope to see you in the next video. Best of luck with this endeavor for you. And I can't wait to hear all of your stories of success that are going to come out of this next year, okay? I love you all. Spirit loves you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy New Year. Go get 'em.